So I found this VR outside some spooky abandoned building, and I'm gonna try it today. Where the fuck am I? What's going on, my dudes? It's your boy Party5+1 back with a brand new video. Now in today's video, I should be telling you all my theory on how any character in the Amazing Digital Circus can come back from Abstraction. Make sure to like, comment whether you agree or disagree, and subscribe. Now, let's get right into it. For my theory, you've got to view Abstraction as someone losing their sanity as opposed to any other possible suggestions. And I actually have some proof for this one. So we're going to need to go back to episode 1. Now, in this episode, as it is the first, the world and its lore is briefly established to give you, the viewer, a look into what is to come with the show. So with this, abstracting is established by Ragatha explaining this.
Well, we usually do when we first arrive, but after a while you start to realize that you really can't leave, and constantly chasing an unattainable goal will start driving you a bit crazy. And eventually you get to asking what the point of anything is, and you completely lose sight of who you are and why you're even alive, and when you reach your breaking point, something really terrible can happen.
And then again, when Pomni asks her what the strange thing with a load of eyes is.
What is that?
It might be that terrible thing I was talking about earlier, when you reach your breaking point?
Now, with this theory, her saying
Breaking point
is referring to when you are driven to absolute insanity to the point it breaks you and you abstract. Now, with this in mind, let's go forward to episode 9. So, spoilers if you haven't already seen it. In this episode, Jax abstracts and somehow Pomni is able to get into his head. Literally. Showing that Jax, or anyone who has been abstracted previously, is not dead, as Jax's mind is clearly still active here, which Jax proves here by showcasing some of his intrusive thoughts, which eventually leads to Pomni getting a key. After being given the key, Pomni enters the room and is shown flashbacks of Jax's life events, starting just after the event with his mom, which led to him being homeless, to him entering the circus for the very first time, his developing friendship with Ribbit, leading to that night in her room, which a certain clown interrupted, unintentionally being the catalyst to the eventual downfall of Jax and Ribbit's friendship, then leading to Ribbit's abstraction, with the flashback ending off with Jax looking into the globe of the world he and Ribbit had their biggest argument. Pomni finally gets to Jax, the real Jax, the last bit of sanity he has left. While they hug, Pomni says,
You should have just talked to me, man.
which got me thinking, is the way to get out of abstraction simply just therapy? Talking to the abstracted person and bringing them back to sanity? Then Jax has a panic attack which causes him to stumble onto a conveniently placed flashbang, triggering the "Isn't she lovely?" flashback montage, and then the rest of the circus pull Pomni out of the abstracted Jax. My thinking is, if Jax hadn't stepped onto the flashbang, would Pomni have had longer with Jax before being pulled away? Being able to talk to Jax in a way Jax wasn't able to Ribbit simply because of Kaufmo, when Kaufmo interrupts them during Jax's venting about his issues with his mom. Speaking of Ribbit, the way I see her and Jax's situation after that night in Ribbit's room, she started to slowly descend into madness due to Jax's behaviour towards her. This then leads to the argument on the snowy mountain, which was the final blow to Ribbit's hopes of fixing their friendship or potential relationship, depending on how you see it, then leading her to be consumed by the madness and bad mental health, and then unfortunately abstracting. And it was really after this episode that it sat with me that with this, I guess, aquarium that all the abstracted members are in, couldn't the members that aren't abstracted do what Pomni did and just go into their minds and try and essentially talk them into coming back? It's certainly an interesting theory to sit on, but that's the beauty of this show. It leaves so many possibilities with the way it ended, and I really like the ending because of that. Okay, so now I'm going to explain how I think Jax, Ribbit, and Kaufmo could realistically come back from abstraction. I feel the way to bring Jax back is to mend his relationship with all of the circus members still around at the point of Jax's abstraction. This would mean that each member has to do exactly what Pomni did to enter Jax's abstracted form, getting through to him to patch whatever issues they may have had in the past. It sounds relatively simple, but I feel it would take a lot of time, because like, you can't just fix your relationship with a person like after one singular conversation. Things take a lot of time. Speaking of taking time, I feel for Ribbit, you just need Jax. As being realistic here, Jax is the reason that Ribbit abstracted. So I feel if Jax and Ribbit are able to make amends and start to repair their friendship, it would allow for Ribbit to come back. However, I do feel even after coming back from abstraction, Jax and Ribbit's friendship would still need more time to go back to how things were before Kaufmo interrupted them on the night in Ribbit's room. This is due to the amount of mental damage it truly caused on Ribbit. That night was almost scarring towards her and everything that came after. So it's going to be a long road for Jax and Ribbit's friendship to, well, get back to how it was. Now, with Kaufmo, I really couldn't think of how to bring him back because his abstraction was slightly different to Jax and Ribbit's. With his, it was related to the exit from the circus and trying to find it when it doesn't exist. So trying to bring him back, you could possibly give him that clarity that there is no exit, but I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to you lot in the comments. I'm going to be completely honest. Plus, trying to get through this entire video recording and editing process has taken weeks longer than it really should have, so I do want to get this video out. Now, I'd love to be able to explain how every abstraction could be reverted, but we simply don't know enough about the other characters and how they abstracted to do so. So I will call it there for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to smash like and subscribe, and comment down below if you agree or disagree with my theory. I'll see you a lot in the next one. Goodbye.